33-story hotel and condo project.
I'd probably be
Okay,
like
like
that.
stop, tap.
This is a plan by the community for the community.
This one here, show me.
No problem, Ken. Thanks for having me.
It's Kent Mulgat for Kelowna Now. And we're joined by Claire Mallow. Thanks for coming in, Claire.
You're welcome.
You have been a volunteer in hospital-related positions for 42 years?
Yes, I have. Yes, I joined the Kelowna Hospital Auxiliary in 1976.
And your volunteer spirit, you were saying prior to this interview, started even before that.
Yes, my mother got me involved playing the piano for Sunday school classes once she felt I could play well enough to play those little songs that we sang in Sunday school. So that started a long time ago. And actually my first volunteer job in the hospital was playing the piano for the extended care patients back in the days when we had Strathcona.
Okay, so yeah, tell me about your first approach to do that at the hospital all those years ago, 42 years ago.
Well, it all started with being a patient in the hospital, not just the Kelowna hospital, but having to travel to Vancouver and to be in hospital and things like that. And you find that when you're in there, that all these volunteers do visit you, you appreciate that, you use the equipment, and I just felt personally that I wanted to give back.
Right.
And that was a place I was very familiar with and appreciative of, and that was my choice of a place to volunteer.
Right, and so you've become quite involved then, not just giving of your time, but becoming kind of an organizer and getting onto boards and things, right?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yeah, most of my volunteering has been with the Kelowna Hospital Auxiliary, and a lot of that has been in executive positions and being on the local hospital executive board and the provincial board, and now I'm representative on the Kelowna Hospital Foundation board. Wow. And I represent the auxiliaries on that board.
So over the years, fundraising is mostly what you've been doing, right? And
yes.
then you have an opportunity as things go on to see, oh, there's a piece of equipment over there. We made that happen.
Absolutely, and our latest large amount that we bought was a CT scanner for emergency department at the Kelowna Hospital, and that was funded by all the auxiliaries to the hospital. And the Kelowna Hospital Auxiliary gave a large amount of money to the new NICU unit, which it was over $1 million.
So tell me, had you been getting paid all that time, it's almost frightening how much money you would get for that, or you sort of left on the table, so to speak. But what reward do you get as a volunteer?
As a volunteer, well, my reward from joining the hospital auxiliary is that I've made the best friends of my life. And the ones I met 42 years ago were still best friends. Actually, two of them just this week received recognition for 45 years of volunteering at the hospital, and one received recognition for 35 years of volunteering. So it's more than just going to do your volunteer work. It's being with your friends, and a lot of it is giving back to the community that you grow up in.
And a sense of purpose. I've spoken to a few volunteers this week, and it does seem to give people a sense of purpose.
Absolutely. Now that I'm retired, of course, it gives you that interaction with the community and getting out there and meeting people and doing something you enjoy doing.
Do you have any advice for anyone who might be watching this that thinks maybe I should be out there volunteering? Maybe it's not at the hospital, maybe it's somewhere else, but what's your advice about whether or not they should make that leap?
Oh, I would say you just have to do it just for your own mental health, your own well-being. It's a social venue as well as giving back to your community. I think my advice is that we should all be giving back to the community we live in. We get a lot from our own community, and it's just an enjoyable thing to do.
Right. So it's 42 years now. Time to just put your feet up and you're done, or what?
Oh no. Oh no, not time to put my feet up. I hope that would kind of be the end of a lot of things if I did that.
So you'll keep going as long as your feet are moving?
I absolutely would, yeah. And there's so many different things to volunteer at in the hospital alone. Some of them are very busy, like the venue that I volunteer in the parking lot, not the parking lot.
The parking lot, right? You don't direct traffic.
No,
You-
I don't collect money for parking or anything to do with that.
Okay, it's about coffee beans.
It's about coffee beans, that's right, and dirty chais and London
Right.
fogs and all those Americano drinks.
So all those fancy coffees, that money's going somewhere good?
That money, it all goes back to the hospital foundation, and out of that comes the equipment for the hospital. That's what the venues in the hospital, the money is designated for equipment.
Right. You must
Yeah.
feel proud every time you drive by the hospital.
I can't believe the size of the hospital now compared to 42 years ago. And it's just amazing. And the wonderful thing is we don't have to really leave town for very much anymore, that our health care services are all here.
Right. And so much of that is thanks to you. So, for everyone who's been in the hospital, thank you for all the work you put in, Claire.
Oh, thank you very much for having me today.
And thanks for coming in. You're watching Kelowna Now.